So the San Francisco 49ers, they have traded for offensive tackle Trent Williams. In return, the Redskins, they receive a 5th-round pick and a 2021 3rd-round pick. Tom, we've talked about this on Chat Sports, NFL Daily for a while. It has finally happened. Trent Williams, he has a new home.
Shout out that Super Chat guy who was like, the Niners and Trent Williams. You were right. I was wrong. I think this means the Niners are aware that Joe Staley might be calling it a career, which isn't maybe the biggest surprise, but it's kind of noteworthy. Look, only a 3rd-round pick for Trent Williams is fascinating to me. And if Joe Staley does play, you probably try and ask someone to go kick inside the right guard in the end.
Yep.
But the value's awesome. Like, Trent Williams, back when he was playing, was one of the best tackles in the NFL. Like, he was awesome. And he's been awesome. Now, he hasn't played in a while, but I do kind of like this move for San Francisco, and there is a Kyle Shanahan connection here as well with Trent Williams and his time with the Redskins and Shanahan's time with the Redskins as well. I do wonder what this means for Joe Staley, but I like the value that the Redskins got back, and if you're the 49ers, you got a great left tackle if he's back and fully playing at his normal level here.
So let us know in the comments section below. So for those of you watching this on YouTube, Facebook, will Joe Staley retire? I want you to give me a Y for yes or give me an N for no.
Yeah, I think it's a good move here for the 49ers to go out and get Trent Williams. Like, I think it's good. Like, a 5th-round pick this year, a 3rd-round pick next year in 2020, normally valued as a round lower than what it is currently.
Yep.
The Redskins got something back in the end. I think that was pretty valuable for them. But I think that this is a good move for San Francisco, especially if you end up losing Joe Staley to retirement or to whatever.
I mean, I'll tip my cap here to the San Francisco 49ers because you are replacing Joe Staley, who is a player that I personally love, and I know a lot of 49ers fans love him too, but you replace him with Trent Williams, who is arguably one of the better offensive tackles in the entire league. So here are some of the details. Williams has been traded to the Bay. This one has finally gone down. There were some rumors that he declined a trade to go to the Minnesota Vikings. We've talked about a Trent Williams trade for close to about a year now. And the fact that it's finally happened, we're starting off round 4 with a bang. In
the end, win-win. The Redskins don't get much this year, but that 2021 3rd, might not end up being that high, but they got something back either there. Big note here, as of right now, there is no contract extension in place for Trent Williams and for San Francisco, so we'll see how that develops. That's always a bit of a risky move, but Williams hasn't played in a year, so I think there's some leverage issues that he lacks right now. I'm on board with this. I am a little surprised it went down, but I think you have to question Joe Staley's future with this organization, but in terms of just pure talent, Williams is better than Joe Staley. And Joe Staley's really, really good. So keep that in mind. I like this move for San Francisco. It's not that much for a top-end left tackle. It's not better than what they would have got in round 3 and round 4 and 5 for one of those players.
So according to Ian Rappaport, he said the Browns were also in there. And he also said that the Vikings offered a 4th-round pick, but that Williams didn't want to go to Minnesota. He ended up picking San Francisco because of familiarity with the 49ers coaching staff.
Browns did not make an offer, it sounds like. At least not officially.
They were interested with it. They didn't make an offer. It sounds like the Vikings, they did, but Trent Williams, he ended up not wanting to go there. So with this move, Tom, we got to talk about it. I mean, you're going to be talking about now Joe Staley potentially retiring. I mean, a great offensive tackle, but he does turn 36 in August, and he has not come back yet. So we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't, I guess, officially announced, but I was operating under the assumption that he was going to be there. He was going to play for the 49ers this year. An update, by the way, on what 5th-round pick this is, number 156 overall. He said he wants to play. You got options. I think you got to move somebody over to guard. If McGlinchey and Staley and Williams all play this year, somebody's got to move to guard.
Yeah.
And that's a little tricky because maybe you move Lincoln Tomlinson over to right guard and move Staley to left guard so that the footwork doesn't change as much. But that's going to be really interesting in the end. So I'm very curious how this ends up going down.
I mean, you're looking at a 31-year-old 7-time Pro Bowler who is scheduled to make $12.5 million. So he'll be, I think, a big asset here for this offensive line. But ultimately, the fact that the 49ers, they pull off this trade, I think it's pretty impressive. So Joe Staley at age 36. If you had to guess, Tom, is Joe Staley going to retire? If you had to guess.
No, maybe. I'm still kind of reacting from the surprise involved here. I think it's decent value for the Redskins from the Niners' perspective, like at least relative to what they were going to end up getting, and they are on the clock, by the way, pick number 108 overall. It's fine.
So Trent Williams' agent has made a statement as well that Williams is excited to get out of the situation that he was in, and he looks forward to being able to compete with a great organization like the San Francisco 49ers. And, I mean, if you're Williams, you go from being a bottom feeder with the Redskins, no offense to Washington fans, but now to the 49ers,
to
who just
NFC champion.
in the Super Bowl.
Gets to go to a winner. So Niners fans, I'd be pretty excited about this one, quite frankly. I think you've got some upside here in terms of maximizing what you're able to do on the offensive line. You're going to have a really good 5. You can probably try and move Tom Compton out of a starter role.
Yep.
But that is intriguing to me in the end for the 49ers. Redskins now, they do have to find some tackle help.
If you're a 49ers fan, go subscribe to the channel. You can see the link below, youtube.com/49ers TV.